Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is OlayemiBrown, and I'm currently an undergraduate student of accounting at the University of Houston downtown. In that capacity, I have gone ahead and ensured that my class choices, as well as my choice of educational expansion as it regards to the internship that I have embraced, have prepared me for a job within the accounting field. In my current role as the customer service manager, in the healthcare support field, I set and oversee goals for both myself and my team as it relates to patient claim resolution. I also hold regular meetings for both the frontline staff and executives, and act as a liaison to ensure proper communication. And in that capacity, I have ensured that communication has become more effective by about 25% in my 3 year tenure.
Why do you want this job?
Well, first and foremost, UTMB is an amazing place to work. Your mission statement, is something that I embraced when looking over it and researching your company. I really embrace the fact that it is an academic medical center. So that means that you guys embrace, utilizing all sorts of minds to resolve patient health crises. Um, in that situation, I also believe that my preparedness, as far as education and career wise, have put me right in line for this opportunity. I really embrace the accounting field and also the healthcare field, and this job opportunity is a perfect merger of both.
What are your professional strengths?
Um, one of my professional strengths, I believe, is understanding the importance of asking why, both of myself and those around me. Um, in asking why, we're able to establish, you know, proper grounds for any kind of problem solving that entails. When we ask why of ourselves, we're asking what our push is, what pushes us, what drives us. And then if you don't know what drives you, at least that is my belief, if you don't know what drives you, it's really pointless. You almost like a hamster on a hamster wheel going through life. It's really important to have a vision, and understanding your why and what drives you will really help you embrace your vision. My second professional strength that I believe is persistence. I definitely don't believe in embracing failure. I do understand that definitely failure is a part of success, but I always want to push through and learn from my mistakes. So I definitely feel like understanding why and persistence are definitely two of my top professional strengths.
Why are you leaving your current job?
It's really hard to leave my current job. Unfortunately, I'm leaving to advance my career in the accounting field. That is what I'm going to school for, and that is what ultimately I want to embrace as my career. Unfortunately, within the company that I'm with right now, they do not offer that position. And so I cannot advance any more than I have in order to utilize the skills that I'm currently learning.
Have you completed any type of community service within the last 2 years? If so, tell me about what you did and why you chose to help this way.
Oh, wow. Community service definitely is a passion of mine. I actually volunteer at Texas Children's Hospital as a playroom representative. And so, what I basically do is go around at the beginning of my shift to the floor that I'm serving on, go around to the kids. Find out if they want to either come to the playroom or assist them with picking out a toy that they can play with in their rooms. This is really near and dear to my heart, just simply because for a period of time, I was a resident as a parent of a sick child at Texas Children and spent months there. So I definitely understand the struggle that parents have to deal with and also the children. So any part that I can play in making them feel comfortable for their stay in that, in a place that, is ramped with, prodding and poking is really dear to my heart. And so that is what I do, and that is why I do that.
Tell me about a challenge or conflict that you faced at work and how you dealt with it.
Wow. Um, I'm definitely a person who believes in conflict resolution. I have come across a few instances of conflict. And the one that really stands out to me right now is one that I encountered during my internship at Ernst& and Young. Um, while during that internship, those of us in our internship class were working on a client, and there were certain pieces of information, certain projections that we needed to complete for this specific client. Now, the company had instructed that this needed to be done in a particular way that was outside of the subset that we would normally do that at Ernst& and Young. And there were some people who were just not able to adapt to the new method of doing it, and really wanted to hold firm with what Ernst and Young did. And in my understanding that we are serving our client, we needed to adapt to the way that they needed this report done. I did rally my team around and really educated them on the pros and cons. And then I just suggested, splitting our team in two, and one side of the team working on the presentation the way that the client had requested it, and the other side working on it the way that Ernst and Young normally does it. And at the end of the day, we were able to kind of come together and compare it so that we could really see what the difference is and how that would really help the client in what they were requesting. At the end of the day, when we were able to kind of compare and come back as a team instead of being divisive, we were able to see what exactly it was that the client was looking for, and why they were asking for that. And, I really like to think about that because it really honed my communication skills and also my leadership skills in that sense. Because even though we were all on the same level, decisions did need to be made in order for all of us to work together.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I definitely see myself being more knowledgeable about my role as an auditor. I definitely see myself traveling to other locations within the UTMB family, and really embracing the auditor lifestyle. I definitely want to continue educating myself with regards to accounting, um, adding certifications so that I can be of more value to UTMB and to my field as an accountant.
What is your dream job?
My dream job is to be a teacher. And not in the traditional sense of teaching high school students or elementary school students or even college students. I honestly believe that each of us has a passion to teach. Anything that we learn, we definitely need to be able to reproduce that for others to learn from. And so for me, I definitely want to be able to teach those within my field to be able to navigate the difficulties that they are facing within the field of accounting and also within the field of auditing. And so for me, as I gain more knowledge, I definitely want to embrace what I believe is my purpose in life, and which is teaching.
How would your boss and coworkers describe you?
Um, Definitely, I believe they would describe me as a mother hen. I am definitely a concerned and caring individual, but I'm also very no nonsense. I definitely understand the need that when we're able to work, we definitely focus on the work at 100%. And when it's time for play, we focus on that 100% as well. And so, definitely a mother hen in that sense. And I definitely do believe that my boss would describe me as an overachiever. Like I stated before, I understand the need for failure and the necessity for failure, but I don't see that as a default. So I definitely always want to do my very best at a job that I'm working on.
What would your first 30, 60, or even 90 days look like in this role?
Um, Well, I mean, I would definitely want a broad picture of what my 90 days look like. Um, at the very beginning, probably within the first 30 to 45 days, being an observer within the department, understanding how it functions, how the culture works, and where I can fit in to be of best value. And then by midpoint of my 90 days, I would definitely start to embrace the culture, most certainly, and begin to do the work within the company. Now, after the 90 days, we definitely can see me, um, you know, finding any ways to improve things that I definitely see.
What's your salary requirement for this position?
Okay. Um, Based on the nature of the work that we do, and also Houston being the city that we live in, and based also on my experience and the value that I can bring to the company, I definitely feel that $74,000 a year is wonderful compensation for the work that I'll be doing. Thank you so very much for interviewing me today. And I do have some questions that I would love to follow up with you on.